I'm gonna do this real quick because it is late and the video itself is late, so after the video came out, the upcycle plaid dress one, my godmother came over and everything just went chaos, and then I bumped my head and I've been dealing with a migraine for the past week, so apologies. Forgive me. Yeah, so this one is going to be a crash review on the Green Mile. Super fast. And then I'll record another little thing and that'll go up in a couple days. Anyway, the Green Mile came out 1999, I want to say. I'm too tired to go and look it up. Starring Tom Hanks and I want to get this one right, hold on. And Michael Clarke Duncan, that's the name I was looking for. Incredibly good movie. We'll start with that. It's the first time I've watched that movie. I had heard it was good, but then I also looked at the runtime and realised it's like 3 hours long, so I haven't had time to watch it recently, but then I got to watch it and I loved it. You know, sometimes there are just movies that you delay watching and then turns out that you would actually love the movie, and The Green Mile is one of them. My mum and I watched it. It's based on the novel by Stephen King. Stephen King is great, and I don't know why it wasn't on our list of movies to watch when we were going through our Stephen King marathon. Mostly because it was horror movies, that's probably why. But yeah, it's about a prison guard, Paul, who was the head guard of the death row side of prison. The part they called the Green Mile. And it tells the story of this one year when he meets the newest arrival to death row, John Coffey, who is convicted because he murdered 2 girls. And it's a wonderful, wonderful movie that explores racial stigma and racism in general, and just looks at that and discusses, like, you know, maybe sometimes things are not what they appear to be. So, yeah. So we get some good and some bad, and mostly it's a very heartfelt story. I don't want to spoil it for anyone who's going to watch this or who plans to watch the movie, because you really do need to go into it with this, like, almost like a blank slate. You don't go into it having read up about it. I didn't read about it, I just read the synopsis, and so it was amazing to watch just without knowing anything about it. And there are parts that, like, you will get teary and you will get angry, and yeah, it's got a great mix of characters in it, and just, yeah. Now I will go into some spoilers, so click off the video if you don't want spoilers. Okay, so we've got John Coffey is like this underdog type. You don't know what he's going to be like until he actually shows up, and he's incredibly tall. He's such a large man, and he seems so innocent and so scared, and when you first see him you are being told, like, oh, dead man walking, dead man walking. But as you watch him, he doesn't seem that bad. And as the movie progresses, you see that he really isn't that bad. And maybe he doesn't deserve to be killed, you know? Maybe he doesn't deserve to get the chair. And just, you can see, like, he only knows how to spell his name. He barely knows how to spell or anything. How is it that he would be able to murder 2 girls, you know? And you get a hint that possibly he didn't do it from the very beginning, because the opening sequence, you get this voiceover, like, you love your sister, right? Well, if you love her, you'll stay quiet. And when we first meet John, his voice isn't the same. His voice isn't that voice we heard at the beginning of the movie, so you can already kind of guess, like, maybe it's not him, but you can't tell. And Paul gets to go and, well, Paul reads up about John and finds out what he's convicted of, and he's horrified. I mean, we are all horrified when we learn what he's getting convicted of, but it still leaves you to wonder, like, how could someone like that, who looks like a gentle giant, do something as horrible as he did? I mean, like, he helped Paul with his UTI, you know? He brought a mouse back to life. I loved that mouse. Mr. Jingles. And things like that. And so you get to watch how people on death row get treated. And you get to watch how people have this discrimination against people of other races. Oh, sorry. And it's just amazing. Like, you see there are a few of our wardens, so like Paul and Brutal and Hal, they understand that it is the last time or the last walk that these inmates get before they die. And so they want to treat them with a little bit of civility, make sure they're okay and things like that. But then you've got, like, Percy, who is the son of the mayor, I think, who loves to use his social status to get whatever he wants. And he absolutely hates these death row inmates. He will yell at them and ill-treat them. He broke one of their hands, and he's the one that says, like, the dead man walking at the start and things. And so it's interesting to see how different he is compared to the other wardens. And it's horrifying when it comes time to kill Delacroix. Like, to me, that is probably one of the most disturbing scenes. Obviously not, like, understating what actually happened to the girls, but to me, one of the most disturbing scenes of the movie is Delacroix's execution. It had me looking away from the screen. It made me afraid to close my eyes for a little bit. I turned around to Mum and I told her I thought she said this wasn't a horror movie. I'm not going to go into detail because we're on YouTube. But definitely brace yourself when Delacroix goes to sit in the chair. That's all I'm going to tell you, because it is horrifying and unsettling what happens. And it's... Moving on from that, we've got, like, you find out as the movie progresses that actually John is innocent, and the guy that actually killed them, like the girls, he came for something completely different. I don't remember what his charge was, but it wasn't with murdering the girls. But the reason he got free, or he wasn't charged or accused, was because he's not African American. He is a white person. And so you see there's the discrimination happening. This was set in I want to say 1948. Yeah, I can't find it. Oops. I feel like it was the 40s. I'm gonna go with the 40s. Yeah, and I've lost my train of thought trying to find that. We'll just go with it's a good movie. Here's my like crash course dot point review. Good movie, great actors, good acting, great story. Dealt with really, really good topics. I really enjoyed the ending. I did also cry at the end, and it has made me go and buy the book. So there's your crash review. I did buy the book because I read that apparently the ending in the book is more depressing than the ending in the movie. And so I want to compare them. But I probably won't be reading the book yet. I have a pile of books that I've been meaning to read, as well as like the pile behind me and some other books scattered everywhere. Let me know if you want me to do like a book review thing when I finish a book. Because I finished The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes yesterday, and that was amazing. It took me forever to read it just because I kept falling asleep. Not because the book was boring, just because my energy went down. Yeah, Green Mile, great. Probably sits up there almost with like Shawshank Redemption levels of like good not horror movie. There's only like 3 I know of that are Stephen King movies that aren't horror. There's Green Mile, Shawshank, and Stand By Me, which I do want to do a comparison of Stand By Me and Now and Then at some point. I need to sit and watch both of those. I just need someone to sit and watch them with me so that I have a reason to watch it on the big TV. But yeah, so Green Mile overall really good. It's gonna be 25 this year, this movie, I just realized. She's older than me. So yeah, definitely to like, I guess, celebrate or remember the movie, considering it is going to be 25 this year. Definitely recommend watching it. Like I said, be wary when it comes to Delacroix's execution. It is unsettling. I don't want you all to be angry with me for recommending the movie and then have a really unsettling scene, so please be prepared for that scene. And just like when the truth comes out about John Coffey. Yeah. Yeah. So the next video to come out will come out in a couple days, and it's gonna be a little like check-in to see a year after losing Zoe, does it still hurt to think about her, to talk about her, things like that. I've written a whole thing. I just need to sit and record it. And then hopefully we will be back on track with proper videos. I'm not going to make a specific day to post them because I never keep to that. It's just going to be, I'm going to try to post once a week. Who knows what day that is, or what time. And until I can get like everything back to normal, that is how the schedule will be. Once things start to get back into a proper pacing and good balance, then I can start looking at properly scheduling. Until then, I will record a video and most likely post it unedited at whatever time of day or week. So this one is coming out on Sunday. The one about Zoe should probably come out on Wednesday, give or take. I want it to come out on the actual anniversary of her death, which is Wednesday, so we're gonna try to do that. Yeah. And I'll try to stop with the random updates because no one seems to like those. There's a couple sewing projects I want to get done, so I'll try to start those. It is also cold though. I do want to do a tour of like some things I've done. I've managed to build a sewing table in the sunroom, so I have a proper table to cut things on. I want to show that off. Yeah. Okay. I will see you in 3 days. Look after yourselves, and yeah.